Welcome back to Braintree Today. I'm Martha Konstandinidis and you're watching BCAM TV. Now we'll be getting into our latest stories from the week. Welcome back to Braintree Today. I'm Martha Konstandinidis and you're watching BCAM TV. Now we'll be getting into our latest stories from the week. There seems to be no doubt that the Hamas militants fighting in Gaza are being armed by the Iranians. This has been suspected for some time, but what has just recently come to light is the degree to which the Israeli military is also arming the militants in two different ways. Israeli officials have concluded that Hamas is arming its soldiers with weapons stolen from Israeli bases, which are then smuggled into Gaza. In addition, however, and much less known, has been the ability of Hamas to recover unexploded Israeli bombs and rockets that have landed in Gaza, which Hamas is then able to disassemble and turn into new bombs and rockets that they fire back into Israel. One 750-pound bomb that fails to detonate can become hundreds of missiles or rockets that Hamas can then fire back into Israel. Following up on a story from Monday, the 3 U.S. Army Reserve soldiers who were killed in Jordan over the weekend have been identified. The Defense Department said in their statement that the 3 soldiers were 46-year-old Sergeant William Jerome Rivers, 24-year-old Specialist Kennedy Layden Sanders, and 23-year-old Specialist Brianna Alexandria Moffett, all of Georgia. They are the first U.S. deaths in months of strikes by Iranian-backed militant groups since the Israeli-Hamas war started on October 7th. The Defense Department said the 3 were supporting Operation Inherent Resolve, which targeted operations to defeat the Islamic State terror group. U.S. Army reservists and National Guard soldiers are only deployed for a period of time to support the nation when needed. The incident is still under investigation. On Wednesday, FBI Director Christopher Wray warned that Chinese hackers are preparing to wreak havoc and cause real-world harm to the U.S. Wray said PRC hackers are targeting things like water treatment plants, electrical infrastructure, and oil and natural gas pipelines. The hearing comes in the wake of a big push by U.S. and Chinese officials to ease tensions in the relationship between the two superpowers. In recent months, federal law enforcement have used a court order to allow the Justice Department to remove malicious code from or otherwise protect hundreds of devices in the U.S. that are at the center of the Chinese hacking campaign targeting sensitive U.S. critical infrastructure. During the hearing, Wray said, quote, "They target our freedoms reaching inside our borders across America to silence, coerce, and threaten our citizens and residents," end quote. TikTok, the popular video sharing app that is owned by the Chinese company ByteDance, has promised to wall off private information about its U.S. users from its parent company, which is located in communist China. So far, TikTok is struggling to meet this promise. The special standalone unit, codenamed Project Texas, oversees American data and content recommendations on its app. Managers of this group sometimes instruct workers to share data with colleagues in other parts of the company, including ByteDance, according to current and former employees in internal documents seen by the Wall Street Journal. That data sometimes includes private information such as a user's email, birth date, and IP address. Meanwhile, ByteDance workers in China update TikTok's algorithm very frequently, so Project Texas employees struggle to check every change and fear they won't catch problems if there are any. TikTok's struggles within its Project Texas unit illustrate the challenge it faces protecting U.S. data across a global social media app. UPS plans to lay off about 12,000 people this year as the package delivery company seeks to boost productivity during a protracted slowdown in business. The company will also mandate a 5-day work-from-office policy beginning on March 4th. The employees to be laid off are primarily management staff worldwide, as well as contract workers. UPS executives said on Tuesday that those employees will most likely not be hired back even after business picks up. The company has around 85,000 management employees. Thanks for watching Braintree Today. We'll be right back with more after the break.
Hi, I'm Tom Lyons, a retired captain from the Quincy Fire Department and the author of the book Fighting Fire, A Proactive Approach. Let's talk portable electric space heater safety. These heaters must not be left unattended. Place them on a stable base 3 feet from combustibles. Their use is not recommended within a bedroom, but if you must do so, place a smoke detector on the ceiling within the bedroom. Plug a portable space heater directly into the outlet, avoiding extension cords. Thus, do not use lamp cords or power strips for this purpose. Are portable, unvented propane and oil-filled heating appliances safe to use within a residence? No. Massachusetts prohibits their use. These heaters produce asphyxiant gases. These gases can render an occupant incapacitated or dead. Please consider your safety during these upcoming colder months. Thank you.
Welcome back. Tyrell Damon of Brockton, who is suspected of robbing a CVS pharmacy in Braintree and other businesses in Brockton, was held without bail on Monday. Braintree police said they will be seeking a warrant for his arrest at Quincy District Court. According to court records from the Brockton case, Damon was arraigned on 3 counts of armed and masked robbery and 1 count each of resisting arrest, disturbing the peace, and disorderly conduct. Braintree police said they would be seeking a warrant for Damon's arrest in Quincy District Court in connection to the armed robbery of the CVS store at 884 Washington Street in Braintree. He is being held at the Plymouth County Jail until the dangerousness hearing on February 5th. A beloved restaurant has closed its doors in South Braintree Square. Cafe Asiana, the Thai restaurant occupying 25 Pearl Street for the last 24 years, announced that they're retiring from the restaurant industry. A note posted on the front door of the former restaurant read, quote, "We would like to thank you for your support and loyalty over the past 24 years. We wish you all the best for a happy and prosperous life," end quote. On the Everything Braintree Facebook group, a relative posted on behalf of the owners thanking members of the town and mentioned a new Asian cuisine restaurant that will be taking over the spot. The 2024 recipients of the Financial Education Innovation Fund grant were announced and Braintree made the list. With the partnership of the Massachusetts Treasurer's Office of Economic Empowerment, the Division of Banks, and the Office of Consumer Affairs and Business Regulation, 59 schools were awarded the grant following a competitive application process. The 59 schools received a total of over $223,000. Braintree High School alone received $3,200 from the Innovation Grant. This funding allows schools and special education programs in the state to host financial education fairs known as Credit for Life fairs for their students. The Braintree Recreation Department is now accepting applications for their 2024 summer team. The Recreation Department is looking for instructors and directors for the Kiddo Camp, Sports Camp, S&P Camp, and other arts, playground, and waterfront programs. To sign up, you can head to BraintreeRec.com for the application. Once completed, email your application to BraintreeRecreation@gmail.com. The town of Braintree's Department of Public Health is reminding residents to check for radon in their homes. For those unfamiliar with radon, it is a radioactive gas that comes up from the ground. It moves up through your foundation and can get trapped inside your home. Nearly 1 of every 15 homes in the U.S. is estimated to have elevated radon levels that exceeded the EPA action guideline. Radon is the leading cause of lung cancer in people who never smoke and the second leading cause of lung cancer overall. Testing the air inside your home is the only way to know if radon is present. For more information on how to get your home tested and understanding your results, contact the Indoor Air Quality Program at 800-723-6695 or email dphiaq.radon@mass.gov. The second ever Lunar New Year Festival was announced at January's Town Council meeting. The second annual event is being held this Sunday, February 4th, to celebrate the Year of the Dragon. The Chinese American Association of Braintree is collaborating with the BHS Asian Student Association to host this year's event at the Braintree High School Gymnasium. Residents are invited to attend and enjoy a variety of cultural activities, games, the marketplace, and performances including the traditional lion dances. Admission is free, and you can check out CAB's Facebook page or their website at caab-ma.org for more information. If you can't attend, check out BCAM TV's public channel on Monday for all the highlights. Thank you for watching Braintree today on BCAM TV. We'll be right back with more stories in the area.
James. He was surprised to find out that he has elevated blood pressure, which could turn into high blood pressure. So he talked with his doctor about a healthy path to get his numbers down. He quit smoking, which makes a big difference for his overall heart health. He also cut down on salt by watching out for high sodium on food labels and added a 30-minute walk 5 days a week to his routine. These healthy steps weren't easy, but lowering his blood pressure was worth it. Learn more about his healthy path.
Welcome back to Braintree today. Now let's get right into more stories. 6 people have been arrested in connection with an alleged bribery conspiracy involving commercial driver's license applicants. The 6 people indicted include current State Police Sergeant Gary Cedarquist of Stoughton, Trooper Joel Rogers of Bridgewater, and retired troopers Calvin Butner of Halifax and Perry Mendez of Wareham. 2 civilians were also indicted, Scott Kamara of Rehoboth, an instructor at a truck driving school in Brockton, and Eric Matheson of Boston, a water supply company employee. The charges include extortion, mail fraud, conspiracy, making false statements, and falsification of records. According to court documents, the defendants allegedly gave passing scores inappropriately to at least 24 drivers identified by investigators over the course of the past 5 years. Officials consider the conspiracy a quid pro quo operation where the troopers allegedly gave passing grades to applicants identified as being able to bring value or favors to them. On Wednesday, migrant families began moving into the Melnia Cass Recreational Complex in Boston's Roxbury neighborhood, which has been set up as an overflow emergency shelter. Some members of the community voiced concerns about the loss of programs the center provides to local residents. A handful of protesters rallied outside the shelter carrying signs that read, "Why Roxbury? Try Wellesley," and "Close the border, help Boston kids first." The center has the ability to accommodate 400 people or about 100 families. Officials said the center will cease operations as a shelter by May 31st, ahead of its reopening as a recreation center and the opening of the pool. Quincy High School principal Keith Ford, who was named acting head coach for the football team on Friday, stepped down from that role on Tuesday. Superintendent of Schools Kevin Mulvey told the Patriot Ledger's Peter Blandino on Tuesday that Ford had been named to the position on Friday in order to keep the program going in the off-season, but would not be a candidate for the permanent head coach position. In a letter addressed to the Quincy High School community, Ford wrote, quote, "It appears the impact of this decision is resoundingly unsupported by the community. Therefore, I will continue to be a man of integrity and lead this school community as principal the best way I possibly can. I do not want to be a distraction to this process, so I am stepping down as acting head coach." End quote. On Wednesday, Quincy's Thomas Crane Public Library opened up 100 new offerings for you to check out, and they're not just books. Joining a growing movement, the Quincy Library of Things invites card-holding members to stop by and borrow a wide variety of everyday household items and non-traditional items to make their lives easier or more enjoyable. Do you think you might like a 3D printer? Well, now you can take one home for 2 weeks and see for yourself. Several other South Shore communities already have a Library of Things and report they are very popular. Anyone with an Old Colony Library Network card in good standing can check out something from the Library of Things. A borrowing agreement must be signed at checkout, items must be cleaned and placed back in their containers when returned. A nationwide blood shortage is being intensified by severe winter weather that forced hundreds of blood drive cancellations across the country. The American Red Cross in Massachusetts is asking residents on the South Shore to roll up their sleeves to give blood or platelets. In an emergency appeal, the Red Cross said since early January, about 265 blood drives across 27 states were canceled due to weather. This left more than 8,000 blood and platelet donations to go uncollected and has left hospitals in short supply of blood. Residents around Braintree, Quincy, Randolph, and Weymouth are encouraged to give blood locally to help. Some of the places to do that include the Quincy Sons of Italy at 120 Quarry Street, the Weymouth Blood Donation Center at 208 Main Street, RICC at 128 Pleasant Street in Randolph, and Stetson Place at 541 Main Street in Weymouth. Thanks for watching Braintree Today. We'll be right back with more in entertainment.
Left unattended. Place them on a stable base 3 feet from combustibles. Their use is not recommended within a bedroom, but if you must do so, place a smoke detector on the ceiling within the bedroom. Plug a portable space heater directly into the outlet, avoiding extension cords. Thus, do not use lamp cords or power strips for this purpose. Are portable, unvented propane and oil-filled heating appliances safe to use within a residence? No. Massachusetts prohibits their use. These heaters produce asphyxiant gases. These gases can render an occupant incapacitated or dead. Please consider your safety during these upcoming colder months. Thank you for doing so.
Welcome back to Braintree Today. With Black History Month underway, it's a wonderful time to look at varying stories, perspectives, and messages conveyed through art. Here are 3 movie recommendations for you to watch. First, 42 is an American biographical film. It begins when Branch Rickey, manager of the Brooklyn Dodgers, defies Major League Baseball's notorious color barrier by signing Jackie Robinson to the team. Facing open racism from all sides, Robinson demonstrates true courage and admirable restraint by not reacting in kind and lets his undeniable talent silence the critics for him. The film stars Chadwick Boseman, and you can watch 42 now on Max. Next, Judas and the Black Messiah follows William O'Neill, who after being offered a plea deal by the FBI, infiltrates the Illinois chapter of the Black Panther Party to gather intelligence on Chairman Fred Hampton. The film stars Daniel Kaluuya and Lakeith Stanfield. You can watch Judas and the Black Messiah now on Max. Finally, Soul follows Joe, a middle school band teacher whose life hasn't quite gone the way he's expected. His true passion is jazz and he's good. But when he travels to another realm to help someone find their passion, he soon discovers what it means to have soul. The film stars Jamie Foxx as the voice of Joe. You can watch Soul now on Disney+. That'll do it for news today. Remember, if you're a customer of Verizon, you can watch BCAM TV in high definition on channel 2128. I'm Martha Konstandinidis, and thank you for watching Braintree Today on BCAM TV. Stay safe, and we'll see you next time.